Good day everyone. So our lesson for today is about the composition of functions. The operation and composition of function involves substituting a function into another function. It means dito we have two or more given function, and then based on sa given, we need to substitute a certain function into another function. So definition of composite function. Given two functions f of x and g of x, the composite functions noted by this symbol, this is read as f of g of x. It is defined by this one, f of g of x. So as you can see in this symbol, ang ginagamit natin ay open circle. So dito, pag sinabi natin open circle, it means that is composite function. And magkaiba sila ng solid dot. So, pag sinabi natin solid dot, ibig sabihin po niyan, that is a multiplication. So, kapag open circle, composite function, kapag solid dot, multiplication. So, dito, if yung unang sinulat natin is f, it means siya yung outer function or yung nasa labas. And then, yung pangalawang letter or function will be the inner function or yung kailangan natin i-substitute. So the domain of f of g of x is the set of all numbers x in the domain of g of x, such that g of x is the domain of f of x. So ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. If this is the given f of g of x, f will be the outer function and g is the inner function. So pag sinabi natin outer function, siya yung general function na kailangan natin gamitin. And for the inner function, siya yung function na kailangan natin i-substitute kay outer function. So, similarly, we define g of x as g of f of x. So, pag pinagbaliktad natin sila at ginawa natin outer function si g, ganito yung mangyayari. So, g of f of x. So, g is the outer function and f is the inner function. So, dito, ito yung mga nakikita sa Facebook. Okay po? So, itong meme na to, this is under composite function or composition of function. So, for the f of x, ang given is pizza. And for the g of x, the given is pineapple. So, dito, f of g of x, ibig sabihin nito, si f will be the outer function or yung general function na kailangan natin. And then si g naman, siya yung isa-substitute natin or ilalagay natin kay f. So, as you can see, yung f natin is the pizza. So, siya yung general function. And then, yung g natin is pineapple. So, yung pineapple ang inilagay natin kay pizza. So, that is the representation of f of g of x. So, pag binaliktad naman natin siya, g will be the general or outer function. Ito siya, mas malaki yung pineapple. And then, ilalagay natin sa kanya si f of x. So, yung pizza ngayon ang ilalagay natin sa pineapple. Nakuha po ba yun? Okay, next, for this one, we have cereals and milk. So, for the f of x, cereals, and g of x, milk. So, for this one, f of g of x, outer natin is yung cereal, and then ilalagay natin kay cereal yung milk. So, as you can see, ito po yun. So, si cereal yung nakalagay sa lalagyan, and then inilagay sa kanya or ibinuhos sa kanya ngayon yung milk. And then for this one, baliktad naman, milk mismo yung naka-ready na sa lalagyan, and then inilagay sa kanya yung cereals. Nakuha po ba yun? Okay, so that is composition of functions. So, for example, gamitan na natin siya ng mismong function. Study the following examples. If f of x is equal to x squared minus 6 and g of x is equal to 3x plus 2, we need to find f of g of x, g of f of x, g of x, and f of x. So for the number 1, f of g of x, so these are the given, x squared minus 6 and 3x plus 2. So for this step 1, apply the definition of composition of function. So we need to write it like this. And then, so the value of g of x is 3x plus 2. So ito po yun. So g of x is 3x plus 2. And then after that, kailangan natin siyang i-substitute kay f, which is x squared minus 6. So, papalitan natin yung x ng 3x plus 2. So, ganito yung mangyayari. So, this is the x. Ayan. So, mapapansin nyo, we have x squared minus 6. So, yung x natin, pinalitan ng 3x plus 2. So, ito na ngayon yung ating function. And then, simplify the results. So, dito, dahil naka-square siya, binomial na naka-square, pwede natin siyang isolve using FOIL method. So, pag sinahod natin siya using FOIL method, magkakaroon tayo ng 9x squared plus 12x plus 4. And then, copy mo si negative 6. And then, combine like terms, copy si 9x squared plus 12x, and then solve for minus 6. So, this is negative 2. So, this is our final answer. 9x squared plus 12x minus 2. Next, for the number 2, we have g of f of x. So, we need to follow the steps in number 1. Pero dito, g is the outer and f is the inner function. So, baliktad naman. So, our f of x is equal to x squared minus 6. So, nasa labas si g. And then, nasa loob si f. Then, after that, substitute mo si x squared minus 6 sa x. So, magkakaroon tayo ng 3x squared minus 6 plus 2. And then, we have 3x squared minus 18 plus 2. So, paano po nakuha to? So, dinistribute or minultiply lang natin si 3 kay x squared and negative 6. Kaya natin nakuha si 3x squared minus 18. And then, simplify. So, the answer is 3x squared minus 16. Okay, next. For example number 3, we have g of x. So, g will be the outer and inner function. So, hindi natin kailangan gamitin ang f of x. So, ito lang yung ating gagamitin. So, for this step 1, you need to write this one, g of x. And the value of g of x is equal to 3x plus 2. So, ito po yun. And then, after that, kasi 3x plus 2, isa-substitute mo naman ngayon sa x nito. Sa x ng 3x plus 2. So, magkakaroon tayo ng 3 times 3x plus 2 plus 2. So, ang gagawin mo dito, you need to distribute or multiply 3 to positive 3x and kay positive 2. So, magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng 9x plus 6 plus 2. Because 3 times 3x is 9x, and then 3 times positive 2, that is positive 6, and then you need to copy positive 2. And then, you need to simplify. Our final answer is equal to 9x plus 8. Next, for example number 4, f of x. So, dito naman, hindi natin kailangan si g. Okay po, hindi natin siya kailangan. So, ang kailangan natin is si f. So, f will be the outer and inner function. Okay? So, for this one, the value of f of x is x squared minus 6. And then, you need to substitute x squared minus 6 to this variable x. So, magkakaroon tayo ng x squared minus 6 square minus 6. So, kasi kailangan natin i-copy yung negative 6 doon. And then, again, binomial na naka-square. So, we can solve that using FOIL method. So, meron tayong x raised to 4 minus 12x squared plus 36 minus 6. So, ang kinalabasan nito ay ito. Yan, hanggang kay 36. And then, kinapi lang natin si negative 6. And then, we need to simplify. Copy x raised to 4 minus 12x squared. And then, compute mo si 36 minus 6. The answer is 30. So, this is our final answer. X raised to 4 minus 12x squared plus 30. Next, for the example number 2. So, dito meron tayong 3 given functions. So, given the following functions, f of x, which is x cubed, g of x is x plus 2 over 3x minus 1, and h of x is equal to 6x minus 7, we need to find the following. So, dito, binigyan na ng value yung x. So, kailangan nating hanapin yung f of x, and then, kailangan nating i-substitute yung value ng x. So, for the number 1, we have positive 2, and for the number 2, we have negative 1. So, let's start. So, for the number 1, f of x, so we need to follow the steps in example number 1. So, kopyahin lang natin yon yung solution. So, we have f of x. So, ang value ng f of x ay x cubed. So, ito po. Ito yung kailangan nating gamitin. And then, isa-substitute natin siya ngayon kay x. Sa sarili niyang variable x. So, magkakaroon tayo ng x cubed raised to 3. So, kapag ganito yung ating exponent, so meron tayong power rule. Kapag sa exponent ay naka-raise sa isa pang exponent, we need to multiply. So, i-multiply lang natin silang dalawa. So, magkakaroon tayo ng 3 times 3. So, our exponent will become 9. So, we have x raised to 9. And then, after natin makuha yun, we need to substitute the value of x, which is 2. So, we have 2 raised to 9. And 2 raised to 9 is equal to 512. Next, number 2, g of h of x and g of h of negative 1. So, we need to solve this first. So, magkakaroon tayo ng g of h of x. Our h of x is equal to 6x minus 7. So, ayan. And then, substitute natin siya ngayon kay x plus 2 over 3x minus 1. So, lahat ng x dyan, papalitan natin ng 6x minus 7. So, magkakaroon tayo ng 6x minus 7 plus 2 over 3 times 6x minus 7 minus 1. So, pag sinimplify natin, magiging ganito. So, dito, tinanggal natin si parenthesis, magkakaroon tayo ng 6x minus 7 plus 2. So, dito naman, sa denominator, so, si 3, dinistribute lang natin kay 6x minus 7. So, 3 times 6x, that is 18x. And then, 3 times negative 7, that is negative 21. And then, copy lang natin si negative 1. And, to simplify, we have 6x minus 5 over 18x minus 22. So, kung may nalilito pa sa rules of integers, kailangan nyo talaga siyang aralin. Kasi kung nalilito kayo sa kanya, hindi kayo makakakuha ng tamang sagot. Okay po? So, after that, substitute natin si negative 1 to the variable x. So, yung x dito papalitan ng negative 1. So, we have 6 times negative 1 minus 5 over 18 times negative 1 minus 22. So, magkakaroon tayo sa numerator ng negative 6 minus 5. So, negative 6 minus 5 is equal to negative 11. And then, negative 18 minus 22, that is equal to negative 40. So, since our numerator and denominator are negative, divide natin, negative divided by negative, the answer will be positive 11 over 40. So, this is our final answer. So, that's it for today. Thank you for listening. So, always remember, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to message me.